99% of full body workouts are like patching a sinking boat with stickers, especially when you're making these 5 mistakes. But fixing them will help you avoid being a disaster and instead become a master, even if you're starting from scratch, like all the people I've trained, all ages, levels, and background. So watch to the end. First, full body ain't always full body. Say what? Here's the missing link that'll save you decades of frustration. Doing all muscle groups on the same day does not count as full body. And neither does a HIIT circuit, weights, or whatever else you might be thinking. When I started training, I made all the mistakes, which provoked injuries and back pain. But that's all ancient history now, because I've learned that body mastery is your capacity to holistically move powerfully with adaptability. The best example of a true full body workout is building one single skill. Yep, even just one skill will completely transform you. Skills are things that you can do that demonstrate coordinated strength and movement, like a press handstand, V-stand, or human flag, which should be your goals because it's synergistic movement. It connects everything. Even a simple, properly done horse stance for 5 minutes will be the most intense, grueling, full body workout you've ever done in your life. Most people give up because of their mind. And guess what? That's included in full body too. My students often say how this training has even improved their mind. They even visualize their training through the day, which helps them improve even faster. Rarely are concepts like this taught in the fitness industrial complex, and neither does public school. They teach you how to sit still, not stand tall, but that's a whole other video. But the good news is that the Pac-Rimian universe was born out of this journey. I created Pacific Rim Athletics and Powerbatics so that you don't have to repeat my mistakes. But the next mistake you might be making could be worse. And knowing this will likely save you 10 years. A true full body workout is not just a routine of sets and reps of various moves. It's not how many exercises you smash together. All that does is spread you thin, limits your progress, and primes you for injury and burnout. True full body is about how you connect everything like a well-oiled machine, because strength and flexibility without movement mastery is vanity. Let me explain. I used to draw movement patterns during school. You know how you can make an animation in your book when you flip the pages? Kind of like that. Today, those little doodles have evolved over decades into the katas we use in Powerbatics. So think about these as an entire full body session in 60 seconds. Yes, seconds. The difference between a mainstream full body workout that just spreads you thin and a kata is that a kata combines different moves together inside a single sequence that reinforce each other, rebuilds your weak links, and creates balance, flow, and power. But I don't know any katas, Lee, and won't I look silly in the gym? All katas are, in simple caveman terms, is doing different moves together so it looks seamless and powerful. And who cares what other people think if you're gaining the strength and skill you've always wanted? Plus, they actually look cool as heck. And guess what? I use them to build level 10s like Benny, Clayton, and Alex. Mauricio is getting close too. And those guys are just like you, having to overcome setbacks, rewire thinking, and building new training habits. And just so you know, level 10 in Powerbatics is like earning your first million in business. But even graduating level 1 is like making your first 10K a month. However, if you get this next one wrong, you'll be wasting 5, 10, 20 years in trial, error, injury, and frustration. Because fixing this mistake will completely change the way you train. A full body workout is not just a checklist. Most people think about strength training in terms of chest, back, arms, legs, core, a traditional bodybuilding split. And when you put together a full body workout or follow one from a fitness industrial complex, it's usually just a bodybuilding split smashed together. Or at the other end of the spectrum, a bunch of weird cardio moves put to EDM. Either way, real strength and body mastery doesn't come from isolated parts. It comes from coordinated, skillful movement. Full body doesn't mean I hit every muscle. It means I used every muscle to do a powerful skill. So to be clear, even squats or Olympic lifts are skills, but they're just 2 of thousands that as a human you're designed to do. People get injured though and beaten up through life because they aren't using their bodies in the vast array that they should be. Sure, they might say they feel fine, but we all know what that means. Meanwhile, you're over there hitting true full body stuff like planche or footless rope climb or running, vaulting, and rolling. But working all day in your career and then going to the gym, another cubicle, just to do more constrained, limited, quote-unquote full body workouts is literally setting you up for chronic use injuries, imbalances, and weak links. But applying this is where most get lost. The only way you truly transform is by applying this to every nook and cranny of your life. Contrary to what the fitness industrial complex will tell you, it is more than a 20-minute program. That's why we train high achievers, professional athletes, entrepreneurs, and career leaders to accelerate your progress, fix all your weak links, get you out of pain, and even gaining advanced strength and skill without wasting time, and while getting rid of stress, having fun, and becoming a ninja. You'll work privately one-on-one with not just a coach, but me and a team of doctorates who train right alongside you. You get certificates of advancement all the way up to level 10. And once you train in Powerbatics, you're done. It's over. You'll never go back to your old ways again. But fixing this next part of full body training will change your life. Real full body training is supposed to stretch you physically and mentally. But most full body training isn't actually full body because it's not aligning your fascia, stimulating your tendons, creating elastic power, or teaching your body to absorb and redirect forces. And more importantly, real full body training is rewiring your nervous system to handle stress. When the body and mind are underdeveloped, stress becomes visible in the form of fear and anxiety, the worst of all enemies. If you don't think this is holding you back from handstands, muscle-ups, and even visible abs, you are highly mistaken. But it can be effectively moved through by forced repetition of acts of courage, and all it takes is one simple key. You're literally only one rep away. Have you ever wondered why some people seem like a natural? Here's the secret. It's not genetics, talent, or youth. In fact, I know a lot of untalented people, uncoordinated people, and older people who can move better than the genetically gifted or the talented or the kids and teens because they trained meaningful reps that sequentially build towards higher levels of full body mastery, not random YouTube routines. Here's an analogy. The first time I spoke unscripted to a crowd, I stammered and my face turned red like a tomato, but I kept doing it. Now I've done workshops in front of hundreds of middle school and high school students, coached huge groups of adults, directed training for the supervisor and chairs of the physical education department, and led retreats and workshops for our professional and high performance clients and students around the world. Same thing applies to your full body training. You might look at a true full body skill like a press handstand, a V-stand, muscle up, or a kata, or transforming your life with strength and body mastery. You might feel overwhelmed. But students say all the time that after training, all of a sudden, it just unlocks, like your nervous system is finally ready because you're just one move away. It's like the man who owned a field and was digging for gold, but in his frustration with finding no gold, he sold his land and the new owner continued the digging, finding gold only 3 feet deeper. And yeah, you might stumble here and there, but eventually you strike gold. If you want to work together, just a reminder that we provide training for high achievers, entrepreneurs, and career professionals to achieve body mastery like everything else you see on this channel. So see you in the next video and in training soon.